Hi everyone, I'm Chris. I work in the Academy team at Severn Trent, and this is a quick video that we're going to run through on communication styles. So, different types of communication style. Everybody has a slightly different style, and what we can look at is this graph here, research being carried out to show individuals generally like to work in certain ways. One particular example by David Merrill and Roger Reed showed that people tend to fall into 4 different categories. This isn't fixed. You can move between each depending on the task and environment, all that sort of thing. So firstly, these categories are analytical. This group tend to control their emotions and are more passive. They ask rather than tell. They need to be right and will prefer to have the time to think and be reflective. Their weakness is pushing or being heard. Next is driving. This group also controls their emotions, but are more assertive and will happily tell rather than ask. They want results and to see actions. Their weakness is listening. Amiable people show their emotion and will ask over telling. They want to feel safe and build relationships with those around them. Their weakness can be taking action. Expressive groups are the most assertive, and they will tell and show their emotions. They seek approval and are likely to be spontaneous. Their weakness is they can be impulsive. Take a couple of seconds and think about which style might you fall under. Equally, think about what style do other people that you know fall under, and does that cause a bit of conflict in your communication? Next up, we're going to look at what does an effective conversation look like. Broadly speaking, an effective conversation looks like that you have a better shared understanding of each other, that you're glad that you had the conversation, that you've learned something new, or if it's in a group, that you all are clear on the objectives and issues and can work better together. Equally, the final point is that you listen to each other and understood everybody's views. What does good communication look like? There are 7 C's to good communication. Firstly, clear messages. It's about making sure it's clear what you're asking for. What's your goal or your message? What's your purpose for communicating with this person? Sometimes you might think you're being clear, but actually you're using jargon or acronyms that people might not know. Secondly is concise. Avoid unnecessary words and keep to the point. Avoid rambling and waffle and stick to exactly what it is that you need to say. Thirdly, concrete. Create a clear picture for the audience of what you're trying to tell them. Give details, but not too much. Courteous. Keep it formal but friendly, open and honest. Keep the other person's viewpoint in mind too. Complete. Have you given the other person everything they need to be informed and take action if they need to? Check that you aren't missing out key bits of information. Coherent. Your message should be logical and all of your points connected. And finally, correct. Ensure your message is error-free. If it's written down, make sure the language and tone are right for the sort of communication. And if it is error-free, little things like, is it spelt right and is the grammar correct? Active listening. There are 5 things that we can do to make sure that we are listening actively. First one is pay attention. Are you paying full attention to the person? Look directly at them. Avoid distracting thoughts and noises. Listen for their non-verbal language. And most of all, leave your phone alone. Listening. Use non-verbal signs to show you're listening. Encourage the other person by nodding and smiling and making eye contact. Demonstrate you're open to their ideas. Non-judgmental. Don't judge, don't interrupt. Allow the other person to finish what they're saying before you ask any questions. Form your thoughts once you've heard everything the other person has to say. Then, check your understanding. Paraphrase back to the other person what they've just said. For example, it sounds like what you're saying is. Also, manage your own beliefs so you do not distort what you hear. Be open to different perspectives. You also need to respond appropriately. Always show respect in your responses. Demonstrate you understood the response you got from them, and be open and honest in your own responses. Thanks very much for watching this short video on communication styles. Be sure to check out some of the other great content that we've got along the lines of communicating in the workplace, digital skills, and being in the workplace. Thanks very much.